Hi, Christina. Thank you for your very informative post this week. I did not do my discussion post on Latin Americans, so I learned a lot from your post. I did not know that Latin Americans have the highest levels of inequality in the world. That is really sad that so many Latin Americans lack access to healthcare, education, and sanitation. I cannot believe that weak economic prospects have made poverty rates for Latin Americans more than 53% and 15% in extreme poverty. It is also really unfortunate to hear that Latin Americans deal with so much corruption and that it prevents attention to issues like poverty and lack of access to education and healthcare. According to Vilhabla 2007, Latin Americans who are in the United States illegally will not take full advantage of the assistance available to them, like free education, social services, and healthcare because they are afraid they will be deported, arrested, or lose their job. Another issue is the stereotypical assumption that they can't speak the language and do not wish to assimilate to American culture. I agree with your choice of family therapy since family plays such a central role and is often valued by many Latin Americans. It is important when working with Latin Americans to use a family approach, as it is a holistic approach that can help with systemic issues that may be occurring within the family. I also like how you stated that it focuses on how the psychological and emotional components correlate to family and communal relationships. It also incorporates spiritual components and involves cultural considerations that influence the individual. These are all important to consider when working with Latin Americans. I agree that the stigma surrounding mental health can be a huge barrier. You bring up an interesting point about mental illness being misunderstood as a spiritual issue or a personal issue rather than a treatable condition. I agree that an important mitigation is educating and normalizing the importance of seeking mental health care and discussing challenges in a non-judgmentally supportive environment. The Labla 2007 further suggests our continual development of multicultural competence, increasing awareness, knowledge, and skills related to Latin Americans. Also, the importance of maintaining a strengths-based approach and encouraging Latin Americans to see their strengths, like acknowledging that they are bilingual, bicultural, and have strong family bonds that have made them really resilient. This can lead to better, mutually beneficial client-counselor relationships and help Latin Americans have a more positive outlook and self-concept. Thank you again for sharing your thoughts this week. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.